Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, Peter. I mean, right now, I guess I question why the DA's office spent all that money to go all the way to Thailand.
Oh, sure. I mean,
Because at first I really did. The reports were that there was an arrest in the case, and I thought, wow,
Yeah.
if good for Tom Bennett, because I think Tom Bennett is the one who's being congratulated inside the Boulder DA's office. He's the new DA investigator who is not really new because he's been there before and
Yeah.
came back. But he's a good guy. He's a good
Oh no, there's
investigator.
some great guys involved in this.
Yeah, he knows, and he's come out and said that DNA everyone talks about is a smoking gun really is most likely not going to be a smoking gun.
I agree. I talked to somebody last night and said when they went to Thailand, when the Boulder PD sends the team to Thailand to the plant where the underwear were made, they found DNA in all kinds of different people's underwear over there. They would, somebody could have sneezed and there's stuff in there.
Yeah,
So,
and I talked with Henry Lee yesterday, and he said, remember, she was not. There was no semen found
that's right.
anywhere around John Bonet.
That's right. She was not. No,
She
I'm
was
sorry.
not sexually assaulted
No,
that night.
no.
So if this guy's talking about that kind of thing,
Yeah.
then that could be what's
What's
wrong that he's saying in these emails. I'd like to see one of them. Have you seen an email?
No, Michael Tracy's sitting on these somewhere, but they said that the sexual molestation was digital. In other words, could have been a finger, could have been the paintbrush.
Right.
And if this guy's, like I said, Chester the molester, and he was with her and she died by accident, why do you thump somebody on the back of the head? And then, because that's what happened before the ligature, and that's an accident?
Mm-hmm.
Carol, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't be wonderful if this is really the bastard that did it. But at the same time, the 2.5-page ransom note, why, if you murdered by accident this little girl, do you leave a note?
Well, and where did he know about the 118,000?
And where does he find out the tablets are and the pens are and the paintbrushes are? And where's the room that nobody even knew existed that he puts her body in?
Yeah, did he just drive into town? Even if he saw her at a parade or
remember, that's
something,
what
or
Lou
heard
Schmidt
about her, how did he know about that room? Patsy Ramsey herself told me that her friends used to joke about her house and that they had to
have a map,
breadcrumbs all around the house
have a map
so that they could find their way around.
But this guy just found it.
And that room was deep in the basement. And,
remember the cop?
We'll see.
Remember the cop opened the door and looked in and didn't see anything.
Yeah, Rick French.
That's right. And then John Ramsey, when he's told to go look, goes right to the room, and he sees it.
Well, let's wait and see what happens. I'd really be interested.
Me
if
too.
This is a confession, and that's all they're going on. Then there's a whole bunch of investigating.
Remember one thing: how
many
people confessed to the Lindbergh kidnapping?
I don't know.
A bunch. That was part of the the next guy.
Well, Pam Paul last night was asked about that $118,000 in the note, and she said that he probably somehow
knew it.
Yeah. Someone told him about the $118,000. But Ned Rapal once said that the person who wrote the note sure didn't know how to write like Patsy.
Yep. Honey, I'll put you.
And so I think there's an explanation for a lot of things that you can just throw out like that. You just have to say, come on, let's get a good investigation here.
Yeah.
Every single investigator I talked to who's been on this case, like who was on it from the beginning, before they had to hand it over to the DA's office, is cautious.
Yeah, very.
They're all waiting. So it might be a good arrest. It might be just fishing.
Well, like I said, everybody that I spoke to, that I have respect for in this case, just threw their hands down. So, like I said, I'm with you. Let's see what happens.
Did you hear something about his voice? Where did you hear that?
We have a voice cut. It came through, I guess, somehow through the nets, where he has said, "I was with her when she died, and it was an accident," and confessing to it. And like I said, Paulie's dad is saying, "Look, you want to do time here? You want to go to a Thai prison?" His belief is that the guy's just trying to get out of Thailand. I certainly don't know that, but the fact that it wasn't anybody but Michael Tracy just throws a big red flag up for me.
Well, this case is wacky.
Oh, Carol.
It's the most bizarre.
How many nights did we sit? How many times are we in the freezing cold up in Boulder just talking about this?
I'm
I'm with you.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you. But what I was amazed at was watching the networks last night, people that know nothing about this story,
I know.
nothing at all, and saying, well, there it is, there's evidence. And I'm going, my God, how much? I mean, it's almost like you and I talking about brain surgery. What do we know about that?
Well, you probably do something with the head, wouldn't you think, Peter?
Yeah, so it starts there. Listen, I have so much respect. Let me put you on hold real quick. We'll come back and take calls. Carol McKinley from Fox News. I'm Peter Boyle, 630 KHOW. Up to the...
I was with Jean Benet when she died.
Were there other people with you other than her?
No.
27 after the hour, 627 KHOW Radio. These are the kinds of emails. I was in Denver during the Ramsey murder. I never believed the Ramseys were guilty. I tuned in today to listen to your comments. I should have known you aren't man enough to apologize. 303-713-8255. Arvada, this is Bob. Bob, good morning. You're on the show.
Thank you. You know, pedophiles in Bangkok are a dime a dozen, and his small stature would not lend itself well to the Thai prison system. He would be himself victimized in a very short period of time. The Thai prison system is one of the most odious in the world, and I can see why, if I was in his place, I'd want to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Well, that's certainly what Paulie Klaus's father believes. Now, again, there's too much here that this guy's going to have to be able to explain. There's too many things that happened that it doesn't add up, and including family members. And you got to figure his ex-wife, who he blew out on with 3 kids, is saying no, that he was with her that night in Alabama, Christmas night, 1996. Now, I don't know what is behind this guy's confession. You know, certainly the Klaus dad believes what you believe. We will see. I thank you. Here's one. Of course you won't believe that anyone other than the Ramseys could have killed the girl. Then you would have to admit to yourself that while you're not taking any money as a consultant from one of the major networks, your career, lifestyle, and bank account has profited hugely. And actually, it hasn't. It really hasn't. All right, Joy in Longmont, you're on the show. Good morning.
Good morning. I heard that the brother said he was with him that night in Georgia. The wife said he was with her in Alabama. No. He can't. Can't
be both places at once. No, they're not talking about Georgia. I think they're talking about both of them in Alabama.
Now, Peter, would you apologize to the Ramseys if this guy is guilty?
Oh, sure.
Because yesterday you weren't going to do that. You said you had nothing to apologize for.
What would we? I don't know. I mean, if the DNA matches, and this guy can answer all of these enormous questions, of course I'd apologize.
Well, I would hope so. I had to hear you say that because I thought, oh, my goodness.
But you know what?
But, the Ramseys took 5 polygraphs.
No, Joy, they shopped. They never went to a Fed. Look, when they were told to take the graph, and this is what makes the Klaus story so interesting. When he shows up in Petaluma, that's where the kidnapping took place, and they said, you're the suspect. He said, where's the lie detector? Let's go on it. And he went on the box right away. We had him on the radio show numbers of times. As you know, the Ramseys never took a lie detector test from the police, from the FBI. They shopped lie detector test providers. Let me finish. Let me finish. And then the first guy that they chose, and then they dumped him. And many people speculate that they didn't pass the test. But why didn't they go to the FBI? Why didn't they go to the Boulder police or the Denver police immediately, like Paulie's dad did, and say, I'm going on the box, clear me?
I don't know, because
you don't know. Okay.
Their lawyers told them not to, and a lot of them. But see,
why did they get a lawyer right away?
The polygraph tests now are all computerized.
Ma'am, we're not talking about now. I'm talking about in the day when this happened.
In the day they were too.
Well, ma'am, no, I'm telling you right now, they were offered many times. Please come to. I mean, I talked to FBI agents about this. They wanted to have them come in and, as they say, go on the box. Now they didn't do that. Now it doesn't have any meaning, but I'll tell you what. If you look at what's called the true victim family, they all go on the box right away.
Yeah, but people are different. Well,
I understand people are different, Joy.
When they did take the 5, though,
no, ma'am,
they
took them in the private sector that they paid for.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters. It matters.
No,
the first one,
no,
of course
it
does. Look, if I give a dance and I pay the band, here's the deal.